This is the all-new BMW X3, the brand's premium compact SUV that sits in between the smaller X1 and larger X5 in the lineup. Its rivals include other luxurious machines such as the Audi Q5 and Volvo XC60. And it's for people who want to get around in comfort and style, but still need that bit of extra space and practicality that this end of the market provides. The higher ride height makes it very easy to get in and out of, and also makes for plenty of headroom for all on board, even here in the back. Legroom is also generous. Not so much in the middle seat because you have got this transmission tunnel to contend with, but when you've only got two on board, it's a very, very comfortable place to be. With a pull-down centre armrest, seats that recline, and your own digitally controlled climate zone. The boot capacity is a very generous 550 litres, and even back here, attention to detail is second to none. There's no load lip, meaning it's very easy to slide things in and out. The seats fold in a handy three-way split, again completely flat to the floor, and there's also these handy sliding tether hooks if you ever need to tie anything down. In the front, there's some more thoughtful, practical touches like well-placed cup holders, wide door bins, and some more hidden storage in the centre here. Right, so that's the practical stuff out of the way. But the real reason you're going to want to buy an X3, I think, is because of the way it looks, the way it drives, which we'll get to later, and the way it feels in here, because it does feel very special. And that's from the very first thing that you touch, which is this touchscreen key. And who is not going to be impressed by that? And the fact that you can use it to preheat the car on a cold morning. Very, very cool. And you don't need to worry about it going dead because you can just place it in this little tray here and it'll recharge wirelessly as you drive. You just need to remember to put it there. Everything you touch looks and feels great and very, very solid. Now, time for a quick disclaimer here because this is the very top of the range X3, which is the M Sport model. And so it gets a few things that you don't get on every model, like these super soft Vernasca leather heated sport seats, the M Sport steering wheel, and an upgraded satellite navigation system. What all models do get is this fantastic Idrive infotainment system. Now, I know I rave about this all the time, but it is my favourite one to use because it's just so easy and intuitive. You can control it either as a touchscreen or via this central touchpad, and the graphics are fantastic. You can also spec it up with some pretty cool stuff, like gesture control. That never gets old and comes as part of an optional technology package, which also adds that touchscreen key, a digital instrument cluster, and a head-up display. As with all BMWs, there are plenty more options to choose from, and this car has pretty much all of them, €13,000 worth to be precise. This includes a visibility package, a comfort package, adaptive suspension, a panoramic glass sunroof, active cruise control, electric memory seats, a Harman Kardon sound system, and Apple CarPlay. Strangely enough, it doesn't offer an option to Android users. This is about as much X3 as you can get on the road too. It's the Xdrive 30D M Sport, so a 3-litre all-wheel drive diesel pushing out 260 brake horsepower. Now that does make it great fun to drive and it does feel ferociously powerful. But there is also a tamer, more economical 2-litre diesel version available for those who would like to reduce running costs. The claimed fuel economy for this one is 5.8 litres per 100 kilometres, a little bit more than that in real life, and the annual motor tax bill is €390. Now, BMW call themselves the ultimate driving machines, and it's kind of hard to argue with that. There's something about the combination of big engines, big power, and rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive in this case, and just a general feeling of solidity and great build quality that makes for a really pleasant experience behind the wheel. And the X3 is no exception. Even though it sits a bit higher than a saloon, it doesn't roll, it doesn't bounce, and it just feels beautifully planted at all times. There's great feedback from the steering, and the instant smooth power uptake from that 8-speed automatic gearbox just always makes it feel willing and raring to go. And that's my type of SUV. Because this one is an M Sport, it's a little bit lower, a little bit stiffer for a sportier drive. But it never feels too harsh because this one has been spec'd with adaptive suspension. And now that is an option, but definitely one I'd be going for because it does make things an awful lot more comfortable in here. It's very difficult to find something to dislike about this car. I like how it looks, I like how it drives, and I like how it feels. The only slight drawback being the price, and I think I'm just going to put it up on the screen here because I can't even bring myself to say it out loud. But this car, including options, costs this much. So about 3 pretty nicely spec'd Qashqais. Or if you don't go for the M Sport and a slightly more sensible engine, it starts at this much. So about 2 Qashqais. Is it worth it? I don't know, you tell me. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, or check it out for yourself at your local BMW dealer, details of which you'll find on CarsIreland.ie. But most importantly, when you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest cars on the new car market.